Quid pro quo, Clarice.
The Prince of Frost glowers down at
Quid
you.
pro quo.
Yes? Why have you come here? Out with it!
I want you to get me into Hirsam's fortress. What do you mean? You owe me a favor. Oh yeah, I tell him that he owes me a favor because I trashed his place and then I fixed it. He's not having any of it. He wants me to do loads of stuff for him. So I've got to get his missing wine glass. I've got to deal with the griffins in his favourite theatre. I've got to bring peace back to a little village that has been
The Prince of Frost
overtaken
chuckles.
by great big
His eyes
Fomorians.
remain cold and hard as they bore down at you.
Yeah, he's not having any of
You
this
come asking for favors?
nonsense
When you impose
about
on me by
me.
your very
I'm going to sit in this
presence?
throne.
Not many
have to
would
wait.
dare to overstep so
Oh no,
So cavalier.
set through it.
But as I feel numb with tedium,
Oh, bless
I
you.
will allow it.
Bored aristocrat
Perform
again.
the 3 tasks I have set for you. Only then will I consider your request.
Very well.
The Prince of Frost waves his hand, and a trio of portals open nearby.
Go, and be quick about it. Each second you stand here is a second of my patience being siphoned away.
You find yourself inside the base held by the rebel bandits. The Prince of Frost wants you to retrieve a wine chest. The bandit said something about needing to get the patrolling sentries to wake everyone up. It may be possible to sneak past the sentries and through the
With my
sleeping
axe.
bandits without needing to fight.
That's not happening. I'm not a big sneaker. I'm going to be doing lots of hitting things instead. I was curious now. This little thing is obviously not very I haven't even got sneak on a hotbar. I think because it's just so rare that it ever gets used by me. I don't even know how to sneak. Every character can sneak. Where does it be? Where do it be? Sneaking. Is it here? I would assume it was here. Move silently, but it doesn't let me go into it. Enhancements. It's not an enhancement. Feats. Must be a feat. I literally haven't got a clue how to sneak. That bit is, I'm just not going to try. I need it for Relic of the Sovereign Past. I want to sneak. This short-sighted werewolf still hasn't spotted me. He will before long. Poorly written note. Enjoyment. There's some sort of a system with those doors and saying the words in the right place, but I haven't made sense of it yet. I think it might be worth sneaking, thinking about it, even though like or just walking behind the werewolf, because normally when I open these doors they're full of mobs, but if you haven't been spotted by the werewolf yet, then you save yourself a lot of fights, which I hadn't realised. I normally never bother sneaking if I can avoid it, just because I'm not very good at it. But this doesn't feel like sneaking so much as just timing it right. Another one coming the other direction now. So at some point they're going to cross each other, but that's quite good if he passes by behind me. Another note, it's enjoyment and verbose. On the left side is verbose, right is enjoyment, left is verbose. I think they're even called shorts, yeah, near sighted sentry. Oh, that's done it. No, he's deaf as well. Right enjoyment, left verbose, right enjoyment, left verbose. Nothing yet. You don't actually need those words though, those words are just for an optional. What I need is both of the runes. I've only found one of them so far. middle. Oh, there he comes. So as soon as he's passed, I can just lamp it down there and go right. That's where I want to be. I think I can get in through there. I enjoy my left both. Not that I'll ever make use of that. Okay, so sneaking isn't such a... no. Although I do have to go the other side. So I have to follow the sentry now. Although actually now I've got all of the levers, maybe it's worth just killing the sentry.
The werewolf sentry stops, sniffs,
Got some patience.
and howls. Now the sounds of the bandits' awakening can be heard throughout the cavern. You'll have to fight your way through.
Now I'm gonna have lots of friends. But this is open. The crabs. Probably get my heart rate, but I'm going to get killed. Jump around. That's good, alright. Not a moment too soon. Take a Xanax, I want that chest. I've already forgotten the words. Not that it matters. I'm not going to use them anyway, but I've literally forgotten the words. Should have written them down. Dirty journal. This tells you where to do it.
Paging through this well-worn journal, you learn that the bandit captain has a private stash of treasure hidden somewhere in the caverns.
So you stand presumably
be
in the south by
southeast
chamber.
Left behind.
You say those two words.
This is the missing wine chalice that the Prince of Frost requested.
And you get more loot, more loot. But I'm not going to do it. A, because I can only half remember the words, and B, because I can do without a loot, really. So that's one of the three corners done. Definitely worth sneaking, because otherwise all of those little side rooms would have been absolutely full of mobs.
An injured guard calls out to you. You there! You have the look of an adventurer. The villagers have been captured and dragged off by those brutish Fomorians. I'm in no shape to do anything about it. Rescue them, please. I beg of you.
These guys are having an argument about what to do.
You overhear an argument between the Fomorians. Perhaps there's some way to take advantage of this strife?
You can free them if you've got UMD or Pitlock by the look of it. I don't have either. We'll see who's playing a game, brother. I don't know where my intimidate item is. I'm going to try to intimidate him, probably won't work. I need just a moment. And then go back in and intimidate again. So you get a roll every time
Lurtz
you do.
gives a loud yell and it
fail 3 times.
distance, you can hear
if you succeed, it helps you out, and then he attacks you anyway. That's the giant's done. There are a bunch of ogres up here as well that you've got to deal with before the village is free.
The Fomorians have been defeated, and the village is now safe.
So that's a bit easier than getting a wine. It's not optional to free the villagers, just that it's an optional to get the chest by saying the words. One more. The Griffins.
You've arrived at Rhyme's Refrain, one of the Prince of Frost's favorite venues. He demands that you remove the griffins that seem to have made their home inside the amphitheater. A number of griffins are perched throughout the amphitheater. They look at you apprehensively, but make no move to attack.
Faith Feather Matrix. Heal, can't do that. Spot, can't do that. Spellcraft, definitely can't do that. And presumably casting a heal spell on it doesn't work. No. So yeah, I can just fail doing these things. Try something different. Spot, fail. Try something different. Spellcraft, fail, and then she attacks. Unfortunately, that's the only choice. I'm not much of a doctor. It's time for Dr. Axe. So I said I'd get the griffins out of the theatre. I definitely will. Nothing on the contract about dragging their huge bodies out off the stage. It's not going to be the best look for Christmas Panto. Mummy, why are there lots of dead griffins on the stage?
The amphitheater can now return to regular use. That takes care of one favor for the Prince of Frost. Now that you've done these 3 favors for the Prince of Frost, perhaps he'll return 1.
Hopefully. That is not where I'm going. That's the other way, isn't it? Which implies that I'll be coming back to this for a different quest at some point. Time to talk to him. Got your stuff. Help me out? Okay, I'll help you out.
To once again even the scales, the Prince of Frost agrees to lend you his powers in reaching Hirsum's fortress. You can now proceed with the final part of your plan, trading Hirsum's needle for the codex pages.
And that is the end of Quid Pro Quo. See you in the next one.